guys, it's DGamer09 back here again with another episode of Alan Wake Remastered. And the last time that we left off, we got a call from the kidnapper. We made it to the meeting spot to hopefully get Alice back, but he kinda tricked us, and he never showed up. Then he told us to meet him, I think at Cauldron Lake, or past that. So, let's continue on. He also gave us a very tight deadline that we did not make. But we are going to keep running anyway. Canonically, we make it. Gameplay-wise, it takes forever to get there. And we even have the option of in-universe making it in 30 minutes, but we'd have to be ignoring all of our collectibles that we've been getting. So that would not be fun. So we are going to keep on sprinting away. And trying our best to find the collectibles, and we are going to keep fighting off all of the Taken as well along the way, and see if we can figure out who our mysterious ne'er-do-well is. I have my bets on Nightingale. There we go, our next coffee thermos. And if we follow along up here, more signage of, is it this way actually, or what's the path? I forget. Is it, hang on guys, I think it's up this way if I'm not mistaken. 200 chest. Yes, that's correct. Thankfully, it's replenishing all this stuff we've been wasting, which is entirely my fault. Let's come down here and grab our next manuscript. We also ran through a spooky cave where we heard Alice's voice and saw her drowning again, so, what at Cauldron Lake?
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Weird. Let's see what that's about, shall we? If we keep on moving, then next, across the mountain ruins is our objective. Let's kick this down. Or I guess push it down, I should say. But we do kick these. Again, Alan has to have secretly the strength of about 50 men in his legs. He cannot run for anything to save his life, ever. But he can somehow kick a wood down. I guess I buy it. I don't know. Like that. See? What? Although that was probably brittle. Tom, you talk to me on TV. Tom. I miss you, Tom. Did you write this? Tom, I curse you, Thomas Zane. Tom, I miss you, Tom. CN plus TZ. CN? Huh. Have we heard of a Z? Or, I can't speak. Have we heard of a CN at all? Also, Thomas Zane, the poet, seems to be a massive figurehead right now in our adventure. And I'm going to predict that we will find out why as time goes on. Last time, we did pick up an extra TV show collectible of Alan seemingly kind of going nuts talking about writing his story and how Thomas Zane's Lovecraftian creatures and tales of a man who was a mystic that could control the creatures of Cauldron Lake, such as demons and animals and spirits was a huge inspiration for Alan's story because it fits. So we will see what he's on about soon, I presume. It's kind of weird if you ask me. Here we go. More flares to pick up. Thank goodness it's giving us more ammo. The floor caved in on us. Although the trap... It's so weird. The trap itself wasn't scary or tense because we have more than enough resources to beat it, but all the Thomas Zane writing was kind of unsettling. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. There's our next coffee thermos. On the opposite side of the gate. Let's keep running.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Huh. What is that out there? Guess we'll go find
I was
out.
close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wake wakes up inside the lodge.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
What? Okay. As you can see, we have all of our pages except the nightmare ones that I will showcase once again on that extra bonus episode.
Wait! Are you? Wait! Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
Our kidnapper? Question mark?
No! Get away! Sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. We don't have...
What? Alan Wake. That's not our ending. We have many more episodes to go. That was only episode 3.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted.
Wheels within wheels. You found the kidnapper, but what he had to say wasn't what you wanted to hear. Sorry I had to cut that out, everybody. I wanted to include the end of episode 3 scream, but it had another licensed song, Up Jumped the Devil by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
By the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Huh. Let's see if we
There
can
were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
let's see if we can find out what's going on. Footsteps. Hartman.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Our objective is now to
This corridor
follow
is for
him.
patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
I don't know if I
This way,
believe
Alan.
him that it is just schizophrenia. Into the elevator we go. It is quite a nice rest
Now, Alan,
lodge,
from
though.
past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
I'm with Alan. I don't necessarily know that I believe or trust Hartman because of other things that we've been experiencing, but we shall see. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated. Tom Zane, in the memory of a dear friend and a poet. Thomas. He keeps cropping up everywhere we go. Especially being considered the writer who seemed
Never
to...
get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron
seemed
Lake spread
to-
below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
It's interesting that Thomas
what I'm
keeps
telling
popping
you
up
is good
considering
news.
that he seems
Right
to
now
be at
we're
the
in
source of
control.
everything.
Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
I don't
along.
think there's
Let's go
much
inside.
we need to recover from, and I love Alan's just no face. His flat, no, leave me alone expression that he has.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only.
There was a coffee thermos here, but I'm re-recording this bit. We picked it up a while ago. The Creator's Dilemma. The engaging new book by Dr. Emil Hartman, the author of the best-selling Creative Flow. His groundbreaking techniques, engagement therapy, and the flow explained in his own words. Now available in bookstores across the country.
Mister, you should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Boo.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on
Elbow
video
strike.
games.
Ooh, yeah.
It's trash, of course, but it does
Get
involve
him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Oh man. Not a fan. What if we told you you're in one, Hartman? Knowing Remedy, it's probably
You
a
might have
fourth
noticed
wall
the
breaking
typewriter
joke.
in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Welcome to the Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and/or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative processes. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems, and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored to you. Engagement therapy and its sister method, the flow, work best when you are actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them. Alright then.
Romanticism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
Odin,
I hope
Tor,
it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
a Night Springs board game they're playing.
I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom!
We'll have a new manuscript. Thomas Zane's writing and assistant.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Got any booze on you?
Yeah, no. Sorry,
We have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and raw. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Huh. Interesting insights.
I'm close to the lake, a place of power.
We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
That Bob Baldwin threw the amp through the window, hit that a hippie chick in the back of the head. 15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad scene.
Huh.
I'm tired, man. So tired.
Interesting insights we get from those two on the lake and the implications of it. I've thought I've had this figured out for a while, but I'm gonna stay quiet until we see more.
Because all dreams are only imagination. They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now, and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets. And now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic. And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up. And the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too. And I have to listen to them because they're not scared of me. And everyone should just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Huh. Very interesting.
Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Aggressive much? Let's see what happens up here.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Oh, that was so cool. I'm loving the horror. Here's our next thermos. What a shot. Oh no, the dark presence is brewing outside. You can see it. Well, let's go back to our room then, as there seems to be no recourse left. If you notice, you can see knights in shining armor. Also, here is this next QR code for you all.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Here's the audio for our next QR code, vision number 3.
A beginning. A primordial forest. The colors of the fall. The mist. A caldera lake. Silence echoes. Loud. It's too late to hear the words. The man, naked, crawls to the shore. Like a birth? To say that would be a lie. Nothing like a birth. The opposite. He staggers to his feet. A carcass of a deer lies on the shore, rotting amidst driftwood. The man is afraid, beside himself. Who is he? He doesn't himself know. Dark waves have washed it away. A blank page where this horror story will be written. He remembers darkness, feels the shadow pressing down on him, coming after him. He must get away. He runs to the forest, to a fate worse than death.
I'm loving the content we're getting with the individual visions. It's so cool. I can't wait to see what our different vision audios that I keep scanning for us means in the further context of Control and Alan Wake 2.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Jailbreak. Oh no.
Afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things
Just
fast, aren't they?
checking out everything here. We can only go into a few rooms.
I'm taking it. We're on a comeback tour, baby.
Whoa. Drawings of our fight with the Dark Presence and the Taken. That's really cool.
Hammer's Way will have its say. Rise up in their name.
So are they actually the real Thor and Odin? Can't wait to figure that out. Barry in the lodge.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Interesting. Let's get down here. I love how the outside of the lodge is rendered a lot better now that it's nighttime.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming.
Oh no.
The office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
I love how this is rendered much better at night. Almost as if Alan is more accustomed to this night that it seems as though he's creating than he is the day. But anyway, here is our next manuscript. Mott fails Hartman.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Huh. Interesting. You can see many different very interesting artworks.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
You can see very, very interesting takes on the Dark Presence and seemingly mythological figures in these paintings, which is very cool. You can see Cauldron Lake is surrounded and landlocked. So I'm assuming that Bright Falls, where we are up here, is gonna lead right back down to Cauldron Lake eventually. But there's also a trophy we can get for listening to 3 of these, so I am going to go quiet for a second. Let's go.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Rudolph Lane's case is interesting. He was completely blocked, and frankly, I was about to discard him as useless. However, once Wake arrived and started writing, something changed in Rudolph. He's producing extraordinary work, increasingly dark pieces. Unfortunately, he doesn't respond to direction at all, and it's my belief that he's not so much a creator as an illustrator, perhaps, a recorder of sorts. I hadn't considered the existence of such a role before, let alone its implications, but the paintings he has produced are informative. At least he's easily controlled and useful. I wish I could say the same about Wake. It's frustrating that the best subjects are always so damn difficult to deal with.
Not buying that. I was tailing with
Medical opinions. You listened to Hartman's recordings.
God. That means Wake is probably there too.
Agent Nightingale, this is private property, and I will not allow you to disturb my patients.
Yeah? I can get a warrant. How are your fragile little patients like that?
Oh, I'm thoroughly intimidated by your mighty authority now, Agent.
Listen, you smug snob. How would you like it if I busted through this gate and knocked you around a little?
Agent Nightingale, first of all, I'm recording this conversation, so you might want to watch what you say. Secondly, you're not dealing with a hick now. I know the law, and if you can get a judge to grant a warrant, I'll be glad to cooperate. But you won't get one. Be advised that any further communications with me are to be made through my lawyer.
I don't believe this.
Good day, Agent.
Yeah.
Whoa. Nightingale was here.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
I knew not to trust him.
Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna do your crazy quack ass to shreds.
Barry?
Seriously, do you have
Barry?
any
Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
Barry, why are
We need
you
to
in
get to
here?
Hartman's office.
It's right next door. You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no!
The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
Okay. I love how Barry is just dressed for all seasons, not knowing what a mountain climate is.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Alan looked absolutely pleased with himself there. Hartman watches Wake fall.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Anyway, I hate to leave it on such a cliffhanger, you guys, but we're getting close to the end and I need to do some editing. So I don't know exactly how long this one is going to have come out by the time it's done. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like. It really helps the channel out. Comment down below and we could have a conversation about anything that you want to. Subscribe and turn on the bell so that you never miss another upload. Maybe share the video with your friends and family so that we could spread more positivity to more people. And without further ado, don't forget to fight with light. And I will see you all in the next episode of Alan Wake. Love you all.